Hi everyone, I'm Bagger Don at StockMarketCaddy.com, and today is June 20th at about 20 minutes of 8. We're making this video, and it's going to be a YouTube video for our YouTube audience, but also for our members, because I want to underscore a couple of points. You're looking at a specialized Renko chart, happens to be 5 points a brick, has a paint bar attached to it that we call swing machine plus paint bar, and a strategy, one of our trading robots. And let me show you. The name of the strategy, this is the paint bar, the strategy is called SMC Mod K strategy, and it has a number of inputs. We're not using many of the inputs. We're trading, or we were, from midnight to up until about 3 p.m. today. We were trading it long and short, one contract. The timer switch was off. The counter controls were off. The core position on the controls was set at 1. The frequency was set at 20. The variance was set at 1.5. The switch to force trades to go from long to short, that also was turned off. It just wasn't necessary. And we did not use any stops or any profit targets. What did we do? Let me show you. This is the Trade Manager analysis. This is not the performance review. This is the Trade Manager analysis just for today. And the symbol, this was the only market we were trading. Let me generate a report. This strategy today did $6,641.80. The profit factor, 3.07. Including commissions, we were making $3 for every dollar we expended. And there's so much more that we can glean. One of the things that we can glean is there were 18 trades, all fully robotic. I did not intervene in one. The only intervention I made was to turn it on and to turn it off. Percent profitable, 55%. So you have to realize, in chasing the trend, we're losing almost 5 out of 10 times. The winning percentage isn't that important to us. And there's so much more. Trade analysis. Average time in trades, 39 minutes. So it's fairly active today. Did a beautiful job today. Now, what I want to show you is a different report. And let me close this. But remember this amount of money and this profit factor. Now, we have turned off the strategy, and I was not tracking what the performance review was doing. I should have been, but I had a number of other things on our plate today. So when I turned off the strategy, it's possible. Now, the money that we made and what you just saw isn't going to change. But the performance review that looks at the historical testing will change. And this is where you find the performance report. Strategy performance report, sometimes referred to as a back test. Now this chart goes back 2 months, and I don't want anyone, including members, to get too excited, because it does show $152,000 and a profit factor of 2.13 and a beautiful looking equity curve, maybe too beautiful, right? But this is a back test. But what I want to show you is, we come here to the periodicals, and it says that today, it thinks in a back test that it made 10,205. We didn't make that. We made about 6,600. Had a profit factor of 804. We didn't have that either. We had a profit factor of 3. And it had one less trade than what we actually did. And percent profitable is also higher, 70%. What does that mean? Well, for this particular chart, there is some an aspect of the chart that can be what we call spurious. We want to compare and contrast on a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis, exactly what we're doing in measuring it against reality. To do what? To establish what we call the efficiency. Now, I'm just showing you a glimpse. One day. It's a very small sample set. One would want to collect even more samples. But you can see we actually did about 60% of what the backtest thinks it did. There's a difference. If day after day after day, as we increase the sample set, maybe that efficiency drops to 50%. Maybe it increases, but maybe it drops. Maybe it goes down as little as 30%. When we have established that efficiency, then we can look at the performance report, and rather than throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and we could recognize, well, the reality of it is, if the efficiency is 50%, maybe we're not going to make 150, but hopefully maybe we make half. Maybe we make 30. Now, if the performance report or the backtest isn't very good and so we're only going to do 10% of something, then maybe you don't run it for that particular time. What I'm demonstrating to you is not just, and I wouldn't want anybody coming to Stock Market Caddy because we had a good day. We're not in competition with each other, and we're not in competition with you. What I'm trying to show you is that we like to trade robotically and robot assisted, but there is some work. The first step is to understand the chart that you're using, the weaknesses and the strengths of that chart, to understand what the trade manager analysis is doing and what it's doing to your account, understanding what the performance report is and how we use it to compare and contrast so that we can maybe get more meaning from the backtest. Also, too, I didn't do it today, but maybe you would have wanted to be shadowing the trades. Maybe you could have been trading micros just to keep the accounting separate. And maybe with the use of the paint bar and the swing machine itself, the radar, and some of our other tools, maybe you could have even done better. So it isn't enough just to track what the robot is doing. You want to track what you're doing. Because there are 4 styles of trading: discretionary, trading on on this or that or that or this, mechanically trading, or robotic trading. But there's no jumping the shark. If you don't have good mechanical trading skills, then this is going to be very difficult to do and to follow, because you may bring all your fears and greed and other things in here. In fact, if you begin to add, and we always talk about running the strategy and what we call wide open, if you begin to add tools in here, maybe a profit target, maybe a percent trailer, maybe a stop loss, you want to do so very slowly and methodically, and measure it, not just in a few hours and one day, and understand, is it helping you or is it hurting you? You might think it's helping you, but it might actually be hurting you. It might be a good tool, but it might be set too tight, too close, and you're putting the noise of the market in play. One of the beautiful things about this style of chart is that there is noise around it, but you don't see it. But if your tools put that noise in play, then you may not do very well. If you like this sort of thing and this approach to trading, be sure to visit stockmarketcaddy.com. Send us your email questions, and you're welcome to call at 813-758-8263. Whoop, there's the 8 o'clock bell in my ears. If you are an annual member or a monthly member and you've got specific questions about this, or on another chart, or on another strategy, you're always welcome. But this is something that we take pains to try to explain during what we call the Q School. Good night, everybody. I hope you have a great trading week. I hope you found this interesting, and I hope you visit our site, stockmarketcaddy.com.